Welcome to Australians Getting Better with Age, the latest instalment, and we're coming to you from our favourite park on the New South Wales Central Coast. You'll love this story. Margaret Aurisch, melanoma and breast cancer survivor. She walks or runs every day and recently did something remarkable. She broke the New South Wales 3-kilometre record by a staggering 8 minutes. Also this year, she was part of a group at Terrigal Trotters that did 10 million steps for cancer awareness. And to top it off, her son Jackson English is a Molokai to Oahu board paddling legend, finishing runner-up on numerous occasions. Hope you enjoy the story. Australians Getting Better with Age, Margaret Aurisch.
It's funny, I was sort of thinking, turning 70, you think, oh, that's like an old lady, but I don't feel any different now to when I did when I was 20. I still feel the same. My mother lived to 102, and she had a great life. She was a very competitive golfer and was still playing golf up until she was 90. And I think it was my mum who really pushed me into sport. In Mum's eyes, you couldn't be idle, you just had to be active and give it your best. So I thank my mum for that.
Hopefully it will work. Well, I fancy going to resell mine, didn't mean it was.
I was born at Bondi Beach, grew up there, had a fabulous life on the beach. Just being around Bondi in the 50s and 60s was quite the place to be.
Runners!
I played competition tennis for many years and also did a lot of speed skating. Way back at Bondi Junction, there used to be an ice skating rink there, and that's where I spent my Saturday afternoons. My first husband, Ross, I married him in 1971. And we travelled around Australia, and then when we got back to Bondi, we decided to settle up on the coast. No particular reason, I think the land was cheap and we just bought a block of land and that was it. Sadly, Ross died in 1994. He had a very aggressive stomach cancer, and that was a very tragic time in our lives. I think anyone who is involved in a lot of sport would say that it always helps them through anything that's a difficult time. It gives you a focus, plus also the support that you get from everyone around you, which is quite amazing. I started running with Trotters in 1984. Trotters had started another group in at Gosford called 6 at 6, and it was on a Wednesday night, and it was 6 kilometres at 6 o'clock. And I was told about it, and I thought, oh well, that will be just something fun to do, and I started going, and I just loved it. And every week I seemed to improve, and I had great encouragement from everyone that was there, and children were welcome, so I took my kids plus half the neighbourhood kids came along. And just continued doing that for many, many years, and 6 at 6 is still going strong. Right now, I just get a lot of fun out of it. You can push yourself as hard as you like, or you can just take it easy and take in the scenery as you run along. I find it difficult now to run 2 days in a row. It can just be a little bit hard on my body. I don't want to get too many injuries, but I do a lot of walking. And I've got a group of friends who will go out and walk for 8 hours some days. We love going through the bush, or we'll get the train to Sydney, love walks around the harbour, anywhere, and it always ends somewhere where we've got great food, a little bit of wine. It's a great day out. during September, a local doctor, Ash Bowden, had a step challenge going, and it was for cancer awareness. And we had 20 people in a team, and I think he had about 60 teams. So I was the team captain for a Terrigal Trotters team, and we ended up winning the whole challenge. We actually got over 10 million steps for the month, which was quite amazing. So Ali Brand, a local lady, runner, cyclist, triathlete, Ali said to me one day, come on, let's go out and do a walk, it'll help you with your steps. Well, we ended up doing about 38 kilometres that day, which was fabulous. I'm a member of New South Wales Masters Athletics Club, and when I saw what the record was for the 3,000 metres for the 70 to 74 year age group, I thought, I can do that. And a friend of mine, Jo Asher, who is a Commonwealth Games representative, she's from Scotland, she holds many world records. She got behind me and said, come on, you can do this. And she said she would pace me for the night. I expected to do 16 minutes and about 50 seconds, so that was what I set for myself. I ended up doing 15 minutes and 51 seconds, so that was a minute faster than my prediction, so I was absolutely thrilled with that.
Nice.
And I was just notified last night that New South Wales Athletics have recognised the record, so again, that was another exciting thing just to have that happen. I never even gave it a thought about running in my 70s. It's something that just happened. And I hope that I've still got a lot more years in me with running. Although I know I'm getting slower, my times are nowhere near what I was doing 30 years ago, and that's fine, I don't expect that to happen. But as long as I can just keep moving and still get a lot of pleasure out of doing the long walks that I do. Also, I hope to continue doing the stand-up paddleboarding. It's a challenge. It's not as harsh on the body, although it's certainly a workout for the upper body. I've been out in some pretty rough conditions in the wind and chop and swell, which is hard work, but again, it's a challenge and something that I love doing. I had breast cancer back in 2003. That was quite a shock. I'd also had a melanoma. Again, another shock, but those things are in the past now. There's so many women in Terrigal Trotters who have had breast cancers, and we've bonded very closely. We call one another breasties instead of besties now. And it's things like that that really bring a lot of people together. We've seen one another through some pretty hard times, and everyone's come out really well with it. And look, there's no age barrier, anything like that. It can happen to anyone. So I think when you've got an activity that you can do, whether it be running, walking, swimming, whatever, there's always people around to give you so much support.
Are you coming out for the 16th?
Look, I can certainly appreciate getting older, how things can be a little bit more difficult because your bodies change, anything can happen. You've got to have good health, which I've been pretty lucky to have good health. But keep doing what you're doing, and don't be afraid to take on a challenge and push yourself that little bit more.